Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking and discussing and learning about, I guess, more on jiggle fixes with GTA 6. This video is called Rockstar Dev Breaks Silence on GTA 6. So we're going to be learning a little bit more on how's the game been developed and what's really taking the game so long to be released. With that being said, let's get ready and get into it.
Rockstar Games' animator Mike York has recently opened up about Grand Theft Auto 6 and also shared some behind-the-scenes information on...
It's a lot to go with that, you feel me? You know, I'm not going to be pausing too much. I'm going to let it go through it. I'm going to talk and say what I got to say about it. But I'm just saying, chat, you really got to pay attention because it's a lot of detail that go into these animations and movements and, you know, how you sway with it. You feel me, chat? Like, pay attention.
Grand Theft Auto 5 and what it was like working there and seeing the game actually release, and also what it was like at the time of the GTA Online coming out. But of course, he also talks about Grand Theft Auto 6 and gives some glimpses about how this game is being made and how some of the new technology actually works behind the scenes. Mike was being interviewed by TGG and his chat. That's one of the biggest YouTube creators when it comes to GTA 5 content. And it's an overall great time. I just grabbed the clips that I thought was most interesting, so you don't have to watch the whole 2-hour thing. So let's start with Mike York explaining how the most important feature of Grand Theft Auto 6 works. Here you go.
Jiggle physics, jiggle physics.
Oh, jiggle
physics.
physics.
Sick.
How could I not? How could I not think about that?
Man, TTG sick.
Physics,
Nice.
Jiggle physics. That's my entire chat right now. How does that work? Do you know how?
Yeah,
that
I know.
works?
Yeah.
Is that not in your wheelhouse?
No, I know how that works. Yeah. It's done several different ways. When you see a butt jiggle or boobies jiggle, stuff like that, that's usually done by physics in the engine. You know, in Ragdoll, at least back in the day. So I used to work on this game called Bullet Run on PC.
I never played that
and
one.
then I found out how Ragdoll worked, the inner workings on it. And basically what you do is there's a capsule. There's think of it like a piece of clay, like a big chunk of clay that represents the arm, like the top part of the arm. And then there's another chunk of clay that represents the forearm.
You got a PlayStation
or whatever.
back.
Basically, you can tell each object how much it weighs, how much velocity it has, and if it's gonna get affected by by different things. And you can tell it a push value, which means as soon as it gets triggered in game, it gets pushed by by invisible air, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And there's different ways you can do it, but Ragdoll...
Now listen, chat, I ain't gonna pause too much. Like I said, I don't really know what he's saying, but I kind of know what he's saying. You know, I'm a video production major, digital media. We know a little bit about... Well, right now I'm taking a class on animation right now. So, you know, I guess it's to be insightful for me. You know, one day I'll probably explain to y'all how this works too. But right now I can't.
Use different things like this. Lucia, when she walks by and you see her butt jiggle like that, most likely, okay, let's first...
I gotta stop. It's just crazy to me how they just say it's so normal. Yeah, you see how the butt jiggles? It's really just about the jiggle faces and the jiggle watts. So when there's a lot of water in one cheek, that makes the other cheek rotates and flip at the same time. So that's really all it is. You feel me, chat?
First, make sure that you guys understand I don't work there no more. I don't know how it's actually done, but most likely they put bones. They put bones inside the character's butt, and they put a bunch of them. As usually they put as minimal as possible, but they want to put enough bones in there that will kind of affect the jiggle of the butt, right? And then you tell the bone, each bone that's in there, how much it's going to affect the actual skin that's around that bone.
You want to get in there
and then you kind of tell it it's just one of those things to where if you grab the character and you yank her around, you'll see how much it jiggles. And you can play around with those settings and how much those bones are getting affected, and how much they get swayed back and forth by how much the character moves back and forth, her hips. If you were to grab her hips, let's say she had a dress on instead of just her butt cheeks, right? That's how they do.
What are you listening to, chat? No, this is actually funny to me, chat, because it's we're listening to a whole video about jiggle physics on cheeks, gang. This is crazy. It's a real science to how to... I'm telling you, it's a real science to this jiggle wattage stuff, chat. It's a lot to it.
like a dress sort of as well. Like if you look in RDR2 or different ones,
I
they
wasn't really
put
paying
kind of
attention to that one.
bones in there, and it kind of moves around with it, but it's
they
not
do?
like cloth simulated. It doesn't look like really good, right? And that's because it's not cloth, it's not simulated. But in GTA 6, it
different.
looks like they're doing both. So if you see her walk by in the dress, she has
I seen it.
that gold shimmering dress is actually being calculated by like a cloth simulation that they use, and they either bake that animation down so that the computer doesn't have to process the dress like flowing every time she walks and moves her butt, right? It's like pre-calculated, or they have bones in there that are like sitting there and like flopping around as she's moving around, and it's getting calculated in real time.
Damn.
So it could be done multiple different ways, I guess, but that's generally how it's done if you want to make something jiggle or you want to make something look like that in a game.
So you're telling me, just want to make sure I've got this right, there was at least one individual developer who has specifically modeled Lucia's butt with a specific amount of bones, and they would have altered this to get just the right amount of jiggle.
Yeah, they probably sat there and grabbed and
Grab what?
Someone sat
yanked
down
her
and,
and hips around or
I thought you were saying, yeah, he probably sat there and had to stand in front of them and just grab the cheek just to see how it moved. I thought he was gonna say that, John. Yeah, they lost it.
fine-tuned like the precise amount of jiggle.
probably. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Dream job.
Chat, would y'all be a jiggle
It's
phases, sis?
What it could be? It's a jiggle engineer or something. On the
Shout out to him,
title
chat.
of the thing. That'd be amazing.
I love that he explains it so seriously, and it
Damn.
is something that you
It's-
have.
Like, see, now I'm gonna get on it, chat, because it's like you didn't really pay attention. Look real quick. Look at that.
I love that he explains it so seriously, and
One, two.
it is.
It's a lot of aggression going on. It's violent. Like it's not like it's like a snap to it. It's like a you see how that vibrate? That's how it's snapping. It's a lot to it. It's like a bing, ding, bing, bing, bing. See that movement? It's aggressive. Like the fact that they can simulate that in like I'm saying the game, and it's just like real life. Like she doing a lot of twisting with the hips. It's a lot of and see, that's a very talented thing to be doing, chat. That's all I gotta say. Like it's a lot to it, and it's really a lot of jiggle watching to it. Like, I didn't really pay attention to it when I was watching through the, you know what I'm saying, through the first trailer. But now that we're sitting here and we're breaking down the exact jiggle watch and the exact wattage of what's going on in each cheek and how it vibrates, and it's like a you know, it's like a rappel in the chat. It's like a buoyance. There you go. It's like a buoyance. Like on a boat, you know, you're on a boat. It's like, you know, yeah. It's just like that with it. It's a lot of buoyance and a lot of movement, elasticity. You know, I'm saying a lot of words to try to help you understand what I'm getting at. It's a lot to it. It's flexible, but it's tight at the same time. It's like recoil. There you go. It got some recoil. Like it's like a fire, you know. So you know, just pay attention to that, because I'm really showing y'all what I'm saying. Like I'm really breaking it down. What's really going on with these gigawatts? Because as we all know, this is not the only girl that's gonna have the gigawatts. Everybody that is bad or not, every female, maybe, I don't know, maybe the dudes do. Like, hey, yo. But maybe the dudes that be in that club, y'all got that one. It's different over there. But all the girls gonna have a jiggle watch, so it's gonna be a lot of wattage in the whole city, chat. Like the whole city. You go to the beach, you're gonna feel the electricity being generated by the static, the kinetic energy off the wattage, the jiggle wattage. You feel me, chat? It's a lot going on that field. So I just wanted to break that down to you, you know, my scientific breakdown, you know.
Something that you have multiple guys just working at Rockstar doing this every single day, making sure that the weight is good. And
you gotta have the weight on the buns.
You also have thicker characters like in trailer 1, and are their booties like weightier, and do they jiggle like different, or how does that work? I guess every NPC.
He asking a great question, chat, as we's looking at the buns on the screen. He's asking a great question, chat, because listen, different weights with different things. So you might have a wide body that got like a flat butt, you feel me? So it's really not gonna move. But then you could have like a petite, you feel me? A petite, but the capacity of the bun is so filled up, so it may not be the size may not be big enough, but for what it is, it's full. So the wattage is gonna be different. You don't have to have you can have a big booty but have no like motion going on in the back. You feel me? They got no jiggle watch. You feel me? But you could have, say, you know what I'm saying, it's not that big, but like size wise, area wise, you feel me? But the volume, the density of the bun is full or max capacity. And that is what really generates the jiggle wattage, not so much the circumference of the, you feel me, the buns. So that's just a little science.
T has their own like values in terms of
like
how.
If I was to break it down right here, chat, this one right here, see, this is gonna move a lot, but that in the back, no, it's gonna be stiff. It's gonna be like her back. So it's just about, you feel me? How much dense, like how dense is it?
Weighty the jiggles are. But anyway, the next thing Mike is talking about is one of the features that he wants to improve in Grand Theft Auto 6.
When you press R1 or whatever and you post up against something like this, if you're running and you're trying to like post up against something, that's what I want them to fix. Like in GTA 6, I want that to feel better. I want that to feel cleaner. I want that whole system to feel really good, like combat. Right now, it just feels really like weird and clunky. And
well, it was a lot better in Red Dead 2.
Yes, Red Dead 2 is a lot better.
Dang, Red Dead look good.
I hope it's even better than that. It's clunky there too.
From what we saw in the leaks, it looks like there's going to be a bit more of a dynamic cover system.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't
hard to tell
too much about that, but
hard to tell.
Now what TGG is explaining to Mike York about the dynamic cover system is just like in The Last of Us Part 2, where there's no button to click in order to take cover. You just kind of walk up to an object that you can use as cover, and the character will automatically take cover behind it. And this is very intuitive. I loved that feature in The Last of Us Part 2 because you don't really have to worry about anything. You just go and walk up to like a wall or something, and then you take cover. Because if you stop taking cover in like GTA or any other game, there's a chance your character just jumps in the wrong direction and you get killed anyway. So I would love a dynamic cover system, which seems to be in Grand Theft Auto 6. If you want me to make a video about all the gameplay, let me know in the comments. The next clip is what happened at Rockstar Games the very first day that Grand Theft Auto 5 launched, and this is one of my favorite parts of the interview.
To me, one of the craziest stories was when GTA 5 dropped. So like when GTA 5 dropped, we didn't know like how big it was gonna actually be, right? We know the game's gonna be big, we know it's gonna sell copies, but we didn't really know until the game actually dropped. So I'll never forget when the game actually released, we were all kind of like waiting with anticipation of like people dropping their, like people like you that were going to make videos about the game and like, and start streaming it and make, and start doing stuff. We were excited to like watch and see like how many copies it sold too and all this different stuff. And to me, like the most memorable moment at Rockstar was when we first released, and within 24 hours, we had sold like $800 million. We had made $800 million within 20. Yeah, and I would just remember like talking to the people around me. Do you guys realize how much money that is? And oh my god, and like holy, like, and we were breaking records. Like it was like the most grossing entertainment product of all time. It was just like this crazy high, you know. It was like working on a movie or something, and all of a sudden it's the biggest thing in the box office. It was that feeling, and that I'll never forget. That just felt really cool. I've never had that feeling again.
After putting blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Yeah, like even though you know it's a big franchise, like it's a given that it'll sell a bunch of copies, it still felt really cool. It still felt cool, yeah.
Well, I think GTA 5 still holds the world record.
It does.
I think.
It does. I think so. And it's gonna break it again. It's gonna break its own record.
Almost definitely, chat. GTA 6 is gonna do their biggest.
Smash it.
Man, what's your prediction? 24 hours. What do you think? I think it's gonna be like 2 to 3 mil, maybe more.
3 billion.
I'm gonna say. All right, chat. So they said it made 800 million. I think the first day. GTA 6 gonna do 10 mil. 10. Yeah. No. 10 mil. 10 bill. 10 bill. That's what I'm saying. Close to 10 bill.
Yeah, that's my prediction. Like 3 bill. Yeah.
I'm saying 10.
Which is crazy to even say, but yeah, it'll probably be like $3 billion. Yeah. It took a while to. It took a little bit.
Cause look, the game itself costs about like $1 billion. That's how much it costed to make. So, you feel me? You got to incorporate the hype, the anticipation. There's a lot to go to it, chat. So for them to go to create the game for $1 billion and they made $3 billion back, that's not really showcasing how much of a leap we're talking. Like, it's gonna be 10 times better than GTA 6, GTA 5. So I'm expecting it to be 10 times faster selling wise, and then you gotta incorporate the hype with it, because a lot of people, GTA 6 gonna save gaming. I'm saying GTA 6 is like everybody's last hope, like online gaming. So it's a lot of pressures going on it. So everybody, and then, like last time, people wasn't even really calling out like that for GTA 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? They was calling, like, some people was like, I'm gonna stay home, play GTA 5. But people are scheduling, not coming to work, not coming to school, not coming to whatever they gotta come to play GTA 6. And it's like everybody know what's going on. We all understand. We all have that same type of understanding that we all gonna be missing school, class, work, everything for GTA 6. Me personally, I'm at least taking 2-3 days off. Who knows? Might drop out. Who knows, chat? Depends how the money working, how the growth's going, chat.
Or GTA 5 made like 4 billion, because I remember when it reached that milestone, I was like, oh damn, it was like in an article or something.
What's that now? I think it's at like 8 billion now or something like that.
They're still selling copies. I think it's sold over 100 million copies now or something. That's so wild to think about.
No, it's more than that.
Wow.
It's more than that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's 200 and something.
No. No way.
I think it's 220.
No way.
Copies.
Last time I checked, it was like 100 and something.
Red Dead 2 is at 70 or 80.
Wow. Wow.
GTA 5, because of how many places they've released it on.
Damn, I wish I got a bonus check from Red Dead.
That's gonna be crazy for you. Something you did so long ago. Like anything in this game you worked on, what, like a decade?
Chat, would y'all be a developer?
So long ago, yeah.
Experiencing that for the first time.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, speaking of that, when we first released GTA 5, you know how they actually have commercials on TV every now and then for like the game? So when we first released the game, they had a cutscene. One of my cutscenes like showed up on one of the commercials, like with this animation I had worked on. I think it was Trevor when he's like flushing the thing in the toilet or something. I forget what it was. But anyway, I was at a bar with the friends, and they showed like this clip of GTA on the TV, and I was like, oh my god! And I was like, because everyone was like talking, and I almost like shut everyone. I was like, guys! I was like, look at the TV. I was like, that's my animation right there. I was like really excited, because it was my first time ever seeing my animation like on a national broadcast, like on a TV, on like, and millions of people see that, and I just thought, this is really cool. That's when it dawned on me like how big Grand Theft Auto really is and the reach it has, and wow, it's such a massive franchise.
What did your friends say?
They just, oh cool dude, yeah, and then they just went back to drinking it. When we first launched online, I walked upstairs in the studio and I was like, hey dude, can you hook me up with like $1 million or whatever? Can you just give me money so I can, you know, and the guy goes, no dude, I'm so sorry, we cannot do that. He goes, we can't give you anything. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I work here, and like, what the? He goes, no. He goes, if we do that though, like, it's unfair to the other players. Like, you're in this match, and I'm like, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's like being able to be entered into your own sweepstakes, you know. It's one of those things. I don't know, but I kind of understood what he meant by it. I was like, okay.
I mean, but like,
they had the authority though to just like give me millions of dollars, right? They could technically go to my account and just like punch in millions or something. But basically, because you work there, it's a conflict of interest. That's what it's called. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I know.
$1 million.
Absolutely wild that you couldn't get $1 million in GTA money, even if you work there, man. You gotta go grind, play Rooftop Rumble. If you know, back in the day,
Rooftop Rumble was different, chat.
The next clip is about money and earning money at Rockstar Games as a developer there, as in his case, an animator there. And I just thought this was very interesting because it goes a little bit behind the curtain, behind the scenes of what is happening when you're actually a developer at Rockstar Games.
What is the biggest myth people believe about working at Rockstar?
What is the biggest myth? Oh, that you make lots of money.
Biggest myth.
You don't? You look pretty well off.
Let me just squash that myth right now.
I'm saying 100K.
Sorry.
Maybe 2.
Because here's the thing, dude. Like, they could. Dude. We talked about this a lot when I used to work there. Like, me and the employees, we used to talk about this a lot. And I used to smoke cigarettes outside with this dude, and he goes, I said, bro, I said, dude, they could just give us $1 million bonus right now. I was like, this game just made so much money. We were talking about GTA 5 when it first came out. I was like, dude, this game just made $800 million in 24 hours. They could give us like $1 million, just $1 million. Like, come on,
$1 mil.
just $1 mil to each employee. And
They're going to give you $1 million in GTA.
Yeah.
You think they're going to give you $1 million in real life? I mean, come on.
Right, exactly. So anyway, my buddy that was working there, he goes, bro, if they gave me $1 million, I'd quit tomorrow.
Exactly.
He goes. So I think that's why they don't give us a bunch of money, because we wouldn't want to work there no more. Why would we work there? We wouldn't need the money anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so true. Yeah, it's so true. So that's probably why they pay everybody just like normal wages, basically. You know what I mean?
100K?
Normal game development salaries.
And you worked at the New England studio, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Is that
not-
mostly like animation
I'm thirsty now.
there, or
No,
what was
it's-
done at that studio?
Think of it as just a small Rockstar studio.
Yeah, okay.
They have like multiple departments, but it's just small. That was a
Johnny
funny
says
animation.
They pay the employees just enough to make them stay and be happy. Does that sound?
I'll get this for you today.
He's laughing at
Yeah.
that. I don't
The
know.
size of a credit card.
Oh, dude, your chatter's
comment?
onto something. Yeah, that sounds pretty valid, actually. That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. Just enough to keep me. That's funny, dude.
just enough. Yeah.
Now the next part is about crunch culture, because Mike York has been at Rockstar Games for both GTA 5's crunch culture period and
Crunch?
also Red Dead Redemption 2's crunch culture period. And as you
So what I'm
probably
thinking
know,
right here, chat, check me out. This is what I was saying in my short. Did I post it? I think I did. Hopefully I did. Basically, like, they were saying that, oh, GTA 6 is not content complete. But that was debunked. But even if that was the case, I think by when GTA 6 is time to release on November 19th, it's gonna be ready to go. They're gonna crunch that thing in. You know, chat, when you're under pressure, you work a little bit faster, a little bit harder. So it's right now, yeah, I don't got the assignment done, but when that date comes, it's gonna be done. You feel me? Type timing.
from the reputation of Rockstar, Red Dead Redemption 2 was criticized a lot by its crunch culture. And Mike York talks a little bit about his experience, how much he had to crunch for those games, and what he thinks of it.
When I first started, we weren't really crunching. Everything was kind of normal. And then we got close to finishing GTA 5, which was, I don't even know. I don't think I should say how long I crunched. I think I've said it actually other places, but I crunched a long time on GTA 5. For a long time, not just a month or something, a long time. And after that, Rockstar was like, nah, we don't want to do that again. That was kind of it was a lot on everybody.
That's
and
why they
so
pushed
they
it back.
decided on Red Dead 2, once we started working on Red Dead 2, not none of us, but most of us didn't have to do overtime anymore. I don't know. Towards the end of Red Dead 2, I guarantee lots of people probably worked overtime just because. You'd be surprised. I want to, if
There's
you don't.
been stories.
Well, if you don't know this though, there's a lot of people that work in the game industry who don't mind working overtime. They don't give a fuck. They have no lives. They have no kids. They have no wives, no husbands, no, they have nothing. So they don't mind. They will work crazy hours because they love GTA, because they love the franchise. So you never know. There are some people that are just like die hard, and they will go until they're bleeding.
Chat though. That just mean they love what they do, Chad. That's what you want to be at. You want to be into a place where it's like you're not really working, you're doing what you love. When you think about it, what else you gonna do? Nothing. You ain't got nothing else to do. You can sit around, look at the house, or look at the wall. Maybe play the game, but if you work, right, and your job is something that you like to do, it's not really a job anymore. It's not really work. Like content creation, I don't get paid from this. But when I do get paid, guess what I'm gonna still be doing? Working all the time on it, because it's what I like to do. Yeah, it's frustrating sometimes, but at the end of the day, that's what I like to do.
don't care. But lots of people realize that, like, if you do that for a while, because I used to be that guy. Okay, I have drained myself for companies, and then I realized that, like, that wasn't a good idea. It, like, turned into depression for me and all kinds of different shit, and I was like, oh, why'd I do that? You know, I should have spent more time with my family. And because the companies don't, you know, a lot of these big companies, they don't really care about you putting in those extra hours. They just need you there, right?
Yeah.
But you want to be that guy. You want to be that guy that's like, I was there putting in those extra hours, and when you needed me most, I was the guy. But when it's all said and done,
typically they don't really reward that sort of stuff, do they?
Well, because everybody's doing it. If you think about it, almost everybody's doing that, so you don't stand out anymore at that point.
So yeah, when it comes to crunch, it is pretty much inevitable with video games, especially with games that are so big.
Let me go
like,
back to that.
It is pretty much inevitable with video games, especially with games that are so.
Oh wow! Look at that.
When it comes to crunch, it is pretty much inevitable with video games, especially.
Damn, man! Whoa! And he was tripping. Look at Pops. I was looking at this though, like. She got some jiggles going on too. See, this is what I was saying though. See, I'm glad I broke it down that way. There's different body types. Like, you're not even really seeing what I'm seeing. Damn, you even see the girl on the right. She throwing it back. Bad, bad. Damn, look, bad, bad. But nah, Chad, they got different bodies. You know, they got the thick ones, thick Johns. She tall, Olympic build. She got like a little petite body going on right now. Look, she a little 40. Then a little slim thick right there, chat, and another one slim thick right there. You know, I like the culture out here. I'm glad that GTA 6 is gonna be very diverse. There's a lot of people of color out here, and I've been to Miami, and I've been to the beach. I've actually been to the beach one time. I've been to Miami one time. This was 2025 actually, last year. Where I'm at right now, it's not that diverse. Like. You know, people of my color are a little. They're there, but they're not there. You feel me? It's not that diverse, and it's not that interconnected in that sense. In Miami, chat, yo, like I was meeting entrepreneurs, millionaires that were like Hispanic, Black. There's a lot of Hispanics actually. That was millionaires. And just like the whole culture itself was just so diverse. There's so many people with different colors, and they all making money, chat. All of them. It ain't, oh yeah, you know, he that. No, like everybody got money. Everybody making money. Money is nothing in Miami. Like money, like you see all these people out here having a good time. They got jet skis and stuff like that. From what I saw in Miami, that's why I want to go there. It's so inspirational. Like it was randoms driving Rolls Royces. It's like, who is you? I don't know, but you got money to get one, so that's cool. Like you don't gotta be the biggest. You don't gotta be the most popular to have some money to be getting Rolls Royces. You know what I mean? That's what I like about Miami. It's Miami. Miami is money in the air. And if you want to be successful, you need to be around that type of air. Where I'm at right now, chat, it's not so much of that, you know? But one day I'm gonna be in Miami.
With games that are so big like Grand Theft Auto 6, but like Mike said, there's a lot of developers out there that just are single and just love doing that stuff, and also just love showing off that they did it, and they want to be able to say that they were there for so many hours when it came to the time to do that and put in the work, and that makes them happy, satisfied with the things that they accomplish. But of course, for a company, it's just convenient that they are there working longer than they're supposed to. Now, this final clip is all about Grand Theft Auto 6 and what Mike York thinks of the super high quality trailers and screenshots when they came out. And this is one of the most interesting clips that I've seen somebody talk about when it comes to the graphics and the game as a whole. So go and check it out.
I'd assume you've watched both the GTA 6 trailers.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Anything in there that really impresses you?
Yeah.
Anything that stuck out?
Yeah, the lighting. Holy moly, yeah. I think that's the stuff I'm most impressed with is like, good God, the lighting. Like, you know when they showed the screenshots on their website?
Yeah, there were 70 screenshots.
Holy,
crazy.
Yeah,
I went through all of them,
by the way, too, that they dropped like this mega upload. It was like, oh, here's all our photos. Like, what? Yeah. It felt like we got more than we were supposed to get right there at that time, at that moment.
I think they were kind of apologizing for the delay.
That's what a lot of people said. That's funny. That could be true. That could be true. But they could have gave 30 screenshots and that would have been sufficed.
They had a lot of screenshots.
Even then. But the one with the old guy that talks to Jason in the beginning, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That screenshot.
Damn, I forgot his name. I know you're talking about.
Whoa, when he's like got his arm out the window and like, holy moly.
Yes.
That just felt real.
Sick.
Like, that is incredible.
And you can see the reflection in the sunglasses as well. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if you've ever felt this way in the job you do or other people that are watching this, but as a game developer, I look at that shot and I'm like, how they do that? Literally, I'm like, oh fuck, dude, how are they making this game look so good right now? Like the lighting looks so good that I'm like,
dude,
I have
no clue how it's gonna run it. Like
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like
that's how I be with thumbnails, chat. When I be looking at other creators' thumbnails, I be like, how the freak they do that? Like, I be trying to low key. I be reaching out to different creators, like, yo, can you teach me how you do that? I pay you. Da, da, da. Like the thumbnails they be having, like the good lighting and stuff like that, like those Fortnite thumbnails or those Call of Duty thumbnails, bro. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out one day though.
Probably not. It's probably not. That's a hot take that everyone fucking put on a. I was like on IGN article and stuff. Former Rockstar devs said the game is going to be locked at 30 FPS. And I was like, well, I didn't say it was.
And those were the most interesting clips of the interview just chill session between TGG and Mike Young.
And that's where we're going to conclude this video. Shout out to that boy, GTA Infinity. That's a great video. We might be going. We might watch more of his videos, chat. See what they got. Might check it out. Oh yeah, that's just GTA at least. We're gonna check that one out. Not today, but we're gonna check it out. Yeah, chat. You know, I said what I had to say. You know, GTA 6 is shaping up to be a very good, you know, story. I hope it's gonna be long, because you know they're showcasing only the story. They haven't showcasing no GTA 6 online gameplay. So if we're gonna have this story, well, actually, I already know it's gonna be long. I'm giving a ballpark 80 hours. I think it's gonna be 80 hours, right? Because Red Dead was long. Red Dead was 50 hours. It was 60. I don't freaking know. That jump was long. It took me about a year and a half to finish that game. It was long. Now with GTA 6, hopefully it's even longer, because we need to be like, oh yeah, I just finished the story, now GTA Online coming out. Now I got something to do. Instead of like, dang, I done played the story 2 times, we still waiting on the game to release, the GTA 6 Online to come out. I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be jam-packed, also One Piece type story, like a lot going on, feel me? Just juicy, a lot of stuff to like break down, just a lot. I'm saying I want a full meal with an extra on it, chat. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Are you excited for GTA 6 to be releasing? Or are you more excited for GTA Online? Who you going to main? Lucia? Jason? Feel me? So far from the screenshots and the little background that they have in the video, you know, on the website, which I will be going over again in one video. We're just gonna be breaking down all the characters, breaking down the locations in the map. Gonna be redoing it a little bit different. And you know, but if you watch those videos already, if you know a little bit about GTA 6, who's your favorite so far? You know, what are you most excited about? You know, it's coming out this year, chat. Even though those rumors and leaks say, oh, it may not be coming out because it's not content, that's fake, chat. It's gonna come out. Have some faith in Rockstar. You know, I know Rockstar don't know me, but based off what Rockstar has done in the past, they've done nothing but proving themselves. I know they're gonna do, when GTA 6 drop, it's gonna be a hit. It ain't gonna flop. That's word to bro. I'm gonna get a GTA 6 tattoo somewhere on my hand, and my life is gonna change. Y'all life probably gonna change. I might quit my job, who knows. I'm still gonna finish my degree in video production. That way the stuff that I learned here, well, the stuff I learned in college, feeds right to this content. Actually, chat, we're working with recorders now. It's called a task cam. So I'm learning a lot of stuff to do with content that, you know, feels into this and help me get better at creating content. So anyways, enough of yapping. This video is 35 minutes long. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like this style of content, you know, I'm standing up on my feet, got the green screen in the back, microphone in my hand. I've been working on introducing my personality more. You know, like, this is YouTube. Yet, I don't really think my subscribers or people that watch me know much about me. But it's like, I'm not distant from YouTube. Like, I don't try to keep my life separate from YouTube because my life is YouTube. So if anybody should know me well, it's you guys that watch me, because I'm always thinking about you guys. I'm always thinking about YouTube. YouTube is my life. It's always been that for some years, chat. So, you know, if anybody should understand me and get to know me the most, is you guys. And you know, I've been working on being more, I don't know, transparent, I guess. I mean, I'm always transparent, just talking more about myself and like sharing my thoughts, you know, because it's YouTube. It's YouTube, and YouTube is about you, you know, but also bringing value. So make sure y'all watch the live streams, though. I do be going live. Right now we playing Red Dead 1 on the channel. I go live, vertical format. Got the live channel. I'm ML Live, that's where all the vibes go. Follow me on Twitch. I'm also live. I'm actually live a lot on Twitch, more than I am on YouTube, because I play a lot of different games. Yeah, okay? That's just the reality. I'm a real gamer, chat. I play a lot of games. Follow me on TikTok, because I also be live on there, and I post, you know, videos on there. Follow me on Instagram. You know, it's the same thing. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace.